we went to this cave. Everyone remembered the tentacle rape monster. He's going to town in the meat freezer room. We cleared out cultists and treasure from the cave. We got some dragon eggs from 10A. There's a camp west of the cave run by Resmir. That's where I'm tracking we're heading to next.
Wait, hold on. Where did you say they're going next? I'm kind of reading something too.
I've got west of the cave. Resmir runs the camp. Where's that where we just came from?
I think that was where you guys just came from.
Okay.
I thought we were still working on this dungeon.
No, did you guys clear it last time?
Yeah, we finished it. Remember in Area 11, there was some lady in charge.
Yeah, Fruland Mondath.
I don't remember that.
How could you not? You're the one that charmed her, vampire man.
Oh yeah, that's right. I popped up from the floor and said, "Hey, I look good." Apparently.
And then we went to that village afterward and delivered, what was that, pearls, a ring, and some stones or some shit.
Something like that.
And we got some reward for it because they were happy because we did the right thing. Because Regis finally wanted us to do the right thing.
Whatever happened to Mondath?
I think we left her in there, but she's like completely.
She's
Whatever happened to Mondath? That's right, you buried her. You bit her and buried her. She's going to be a vampire.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, shit. That's going to make things a bit more complicated. Oh, right. Did you get anything written down about the map in Mondath's chamber?
Neatar to the north, we have a map for it.
There you go. Yes.
Cultists and treasure.
Yes, she had a map with an arrow sketched in from the green fields towards the west to the town of Baragos, and then north along the Trade Way, which is a specific road that a lot of merchants use. And then she has written out everything must be freighted north to Neritar. Resmir allowed us to keep some pearls, a ring, and a handful of small stones. That was the stuff you guys returned to Greenus. And bad poetry about dragons were also scattered about the desk.
You say bad poetry?
Bad poetry about dragons, yeah.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna put on a different set of headphones so I can hear better. Alright, so you can hear me okay? I see my thing moving.
No. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good.
No.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean, you got to remember the recording quality of all of our cameras is equal to a potato. So, I mean, you're lucky I can see your face. I can, but I mean it. I have bad memory. I didn't know you didn't have a headset last time. Did you not?
I had that shitty ass sound quality.
Remember, everything was echoey because this lonely ass.
Speaking of
empty house.
echoes, that chew toy.
Ah.
That had to be just the greatest. One of the reasons. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. So this is the part that kind of kills me. That I need to talk to like some other DMs and get some fucking advice, because I'm not really sure how to run a section of the campaign that's about travel time that's supposed to take an amount of time. Because, like, okay, just a quick overview for you guys. I don't know if you're already tracking yet that the first city you guys are headed to is El Terrell. And then from El Terrell is when you're going to head north along the tradeway to go. You're going to go through a couple big cities, including one that I guarantee at least one of you will recognize. You're going to, actually, two of them that I know Coleman's going to recognize, because you're going to go through Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep. I don't know if you end at Waterdeep. I think you do. And when you guys actually get to Waterdeep, there is a very, very small map. I think it's just like a warehouse or an inn or something. And then after that is when you actually get to Neritar, the place you guys know you need to get to. Neritar is going to be after Waterdeep. But you get to Waterdeep past Baldur's Gate. I think there's one or two other towns along the way. Something with like a dagger in the name or some shit.
So you said it's Watergate and then Waterdeep?
What? Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, like the Norse god Baldur. Yeah. I said that there was another one. But anyway, it says that on horseback, because you will have horses. Leosin, that monk that you guys were dealing with, he's already left to go north to try and find all that loot that you guys are hunting down. Because as of right now, the overarching plot is the Horde of the Dragon Clan, I don't remember the fucking name, the Cult of the Dragons, are trying to resurrect Tiamat. And to do so, they need a hoard of gold for whatever, for the ritual, to make sure she doesn't eat them when she wakes up. So they've got a lot of loot. The stuff that was in the cave that you guys were just at has all mostly been taken already, and it's on its way north to that Neritar that you guys are headed to, because they're trying to take this up to Tiamat's hoard in the Well of Dragons. Leosin has already gone ahead of you, because your biggest goal right now is not to fight the Cult of Dragons. Even if you can beat individual members here or there, it's a very large cult with powerful members, with actual dragons as a part of it, etc., etc. The goal right now is not to fight the Cult of Dragons. that's probably, hopefully, going to come at the end of Rise of Tiamat. You're going to actually fight Tiamat. But right now, the goal is to get back what loot you can, if you can, and to gather information on the cult. Who do they have? Where is the Well of Dragons? What is the process they're going through, and what things are they trying to gather to make this process happen to resurrect Tiamat? So Leosin's already on his way north to try and find this horde, and he left behind in Greenest horses. Very fine horses, good, saddles and bridles and shit, so that you can go. And it's saying here that that it's 200 miles from Greenest to El Terrell, where you're trying to meet up with Leosin. And I believe there was also another guy mentioned, Onthar Froome, trying to meet up with both of them. And it says it's supposed to take about 6 days on horseback to get that 200 miles to El Terrell. But then after that, it says that the trip from El Terrell to Baldur's Gate takes about 3 or 2 days, but to get all the way from El Terrell to Neritar is supposed to take about 2 months. Yeah. And so you see, they're giving us such a large amount of time, 2 months of travel. So the problem I'm trying to reconcile is, how the hell do I run this so that we don't just say, okay, well, it's 2 months later, you guys have done the traveling.
Is there a world map?
I mean, I could find a world map. There might even be one in here, but it has encounters along the way.
And we can kind of just poke our little tokens up just ever so slightly on this world map on our way up to the location we're going to. And if we can just get a section of it and follow a road or something on it.
I'll bring up a map. Just a minute.
Actually,
yes, there is a map here. Let me look at it real quick, though, so I see what we're doing. That's Waterdeep. And that's Baldur's Gate. Baragos. Why does that name sound familiar? Oh. Right. An arrow sketching from the green fields towards the west of the town of Baragos on the tradeway where the arrow turns north. But you guys are going to El Terrell. So I'll pull up the map here in a minute to show you guys, but basically the way it goes is along the Sword Coast to the west, the northernmost town is Icewind Dale. A little bit south of that is Luskan. South of that is Neverwinter. All along the coast this is. South of that is Waterdeep. South of that is Baldur's Gate. South of that is Baragos. Directly east of Baragos is Greenest, but north of Greenest and directly east of Baldur's Gate is El Terrell. So it's like a square. They went this way to go up the coast. You guys are going this way to El Terrell to meet Leosin and the other guy to go this way to Baldur's Gate, where you can head up to Waterdeep.
Okay.
So let me find that. But aside from putting the map up, I'm still like I said, there's encounters planned, but I don't want to just say, okay, now this encounter happens, and then it gets resolved, and then we say, okay, now this encounter happens, and then it gets resolved. I want to make it feel natural. I don't know how.
Just roll with it.
I, I don't know. Maybe I just suck as a DM. I did Google it, but I haven't really fully sifted through all the results right now because I don't want to take a shit ton of time. Because when I first was flipping through the book about this campaign, it looked like it had better guidelines in it for how to run the campaign, but it doesn't. It's just a list of information that needs to be discovered or whatever, encounters that could happen along the way. Upload.
I'll be back in a minute.
Don't know why I have Maple Story music stuck in my head, considering I haven't played the game in years. Oh, yeah, that would explain why that's so small. Map and background. That's still really fucking tiny. It just sounds poopy. I mean, we can do it that way, unless, that just feels unnatural to me, I don't want it to be forced or anything. Let's see.
Are we on the coast right now? Where is
No.
greenest?
I've got the map pulled up right now. I'm just adjusting. The map and dimensions really quick, and then.
Jeez.
So don't pay attention to this map, because this map does in fact say where the Well of Dragons is. Well, you have a map, but your map does not have Well of Dragons on it. And it's sad because you guys are actually close to the Well of Dragons. Yeah. You're going to like walk right to it, and then instead of turning right to go to the Well of Dragons, you're going to turn left to go to Elturel. That's how close you are to the Well of Dragons. That 6-day trip to get to Elturel could be a 7-day trip if you turn east instead, and you'll be at the Well of Dragons.
Perception.
Owl really high on foot and ass. I don't know if your colon can pass the difficulty check. Where's that distance tool you have? Right there. Does it only measure in one direction? Shit, it does. Well, I guess this looks about close enough. You guys should be able to see everything. It doesn't look like there's any fog of war.
I'm still seeing the old place.
Well, because I just
switched over. Yeah.
All right. Can you see everything, or is there a fog of war?
I see everything.
I see everything.
Okay. Then yes, this is your map. Like I said, if you look to the west, actually on the coast, that's Baragast. That's where Resmir and the rest of his entourage in the Cult of the Dragon went, and then they're heading north to Baldur's Gate, and they're going to keep heading north all the way up. Well, I'm not sure exactly how far north they're headed. I don't know. It's confusing. Especially if he's trying to go to the Well of Dragons. Why the fuck are they going north beyond Baldur's Gate? Oh, man. This is convoluted.
So I found a map. It shows a little more cities, but it doesn't actually show greenest. The one that I'm looking at. You figured out the map. Yep.
Nope.
Shit, your character tokens are still on the previous page, I believe.
Yep. All the way to the south. So we're going to be heading like straight north to Elturel. Right along.
No, she doesn't. Ah, you're in trouble.
I don't have descriptions. kind of large.
I'll go ahead and you guys should be able to readjust the size of your own tokens, right?
So I'll find out in a second.
Let's see. No, I'm larger than Baldur's Gate, so that's correct.
I'm not seeing something for adjusting size. But I can just stay off here on the side and we can go off of a little character or something. That's right. This is forward. I'm going to assume all temporary hit points are reset.
Yeah.
I'm going to erase that. All right, my bar's fixed. Almost not a good pitch.
Spank the wiener.
Are we following the road? Well, we're going to Elturel, so I got right here. But it's just a matter on if we're going to go through or if we're going to take the road up and whatever.
I'm still trying to figure out how to do this.
Switch my color back to blue since Levi's not good. Mm-hmm.
No, you're just gonna follow the road. You'll be all right. There might be encounters, but it's gonna be, quick stop, fight, kill, get back on the horse and go.
But
Bandits. I like it.
Yeah, basically just bandits. There's not gonna be any crazy ass monsters on this road right now.
they'll see me and run away.
Yeah.
Oh, this is actually going to be like the main time where I'm not going to be fighting in a cave, so I have to be careful of my cloak and what's going on. I'm actually going to be hitting some sunlight if I'm not careful.
Yeah.
There we go. The times where I'm not playing, we'll just say it's daytime and I can't do anything because, for whatever reason. Well, that's the reason I have the cloak, though.
You need a shawl. No, what is it? Parasol, one of those umbrellas.
Mm.
Bob carries around a rainbow beach umbrella. It's very large. But it looks normal on me.
Hmm. I wonder.
So you're streaming this right now? Exciting. I should just like whip it out, get you banned.
Awesome. Okay.
I think
Streaming's your deal.
what
Do you want your viewers to see nothing?
I think what I'm going to do is cheat and put it all on you guys.
I think caps lock.
So what I'm going to do is for this first one, where it's a 6-day travel to get to Elturel, which is when you're actually going to encounter this guy. I'm just going to start a timer. And you guys figure out what you're going to be doing until you actually arrive. And then for the other one, I'm going to is that a general message or is that just
No, that's going straight to you.
Ah. Definitely possible. Shit, hold on.
Okay, so if we're going to be doing this on our own, I say, oh, look, we stumbled upon a bank caravan that's being robbed by bandits. The bandits already killed the caravan guys, so we kill the bandits and take all the gold. Oh, look, another one. And another one. We stumbled upon some XP farmers. Yeah. We stumble upon a casino. It's got blackjack and hookers. Ooh. Yeah. He was talking before about homebrew, not homebrew, but magical items and shit like that. I was looking on the wiki and found a whole bunch of homebrew items that people had come up with stats and shit for. And there are some pretty cool ones. Let's see if I can find them again.
We're back.
I just googled like D&D magic items. I'm on the D&D wiki.
You're
Yeah,
a D&D
wiki. For a while, if you went to the Hitler wiki, it showed that he was the president of the United States for a while.
Oh, okay. I kind of get what's supposed
Here
to
it is.
happen.
Google 5e homebrew. There should be a dndwiki.com/wiki/.
Your query.
Yeah, I was in equipment. There's mundane, magical, and other. There's one. It's like I'm pretty sure it's a ring where if you wear it, you automatically start drowning.
That's neat.
Unless you wear it underwater, then you can breathe underwater.
That sounds like a really cool torture device.
It's pretty cool.
Oh.
Sounds like fun.
How would that work for a vampire?
Yeah.
Because a vampire doesn't need to breathe, but you'd be drowning, so you'd be like inundated with water. Like, how would that work?
Well, let me see what my water's. I think I cannot come in contact with water. Let me double check my vampire stuff.
Yeah, you take damage by coming in contact with water.
Yeah.
But like you get your regeneration, and regeneration doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
Okay, shape change, damage resistance, shape change, or legendary mystic escape. 20 hit points at the start of turn. Okay, here we go.
I should watch that one.
The vampire regains 20 hit points at the start of his turn if it has at least 1 hit point and isn't in sunlight or running water. So the water won't hurt me. Holy water will hurt me.
And running water will stop regen.
Yes.
There's this other one.
Harmed by running water. The vampire takes 20 acid damage if it ends its turn in running water.
Okay. But that ring isn't running water. It would just fill your mouth and lungs with water. So because you don't need to breathe, you'd be fine. But every time you went to talk, you'd be squirting water out your mouth.
I would just run around punching evil people with my ring.
Jesus. You could end the fight in one punch, man.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
DM,
I haven't been reading lately. What's up?
I think you would like this one. It's called the Ring of Misfortune.
Hmm.
It's a cursed ring. So they gain +1 to saving throws, but whenever they take a short rest, they're cursed with something new. Roll a d10. It's stuff like you're aged 1 year, you smell awful and have disadvantage on charisma check. The rest was quiet but disturbed. You do not receive benefits from it. You've gone blind in one eye.
It sucks that you go blind in one eye and you go blind in the next eye and then you receive no help from the ring at all. So now you're just blind and you got a ring. Good job.
Taking the ring off does not remove the curses.
Hope that ring was worth it. Now you're blind.
Damn.
I'd ring around. I
All
would
right.
fly around in my bat form and just use my echolocation.
I think we're about ready to fully start. Well, no, we're not. Goldman has vacated.
I wonder something.
What?
I have to look.
There was another one, a type of special weapon. It's like super strong, but you have to praise it. You have to tell it like, oh, you're such a good sword. You're so strong. Otherwise, it won't do shit for you. There's another one that just talks shit about anyone who wields it. Like, oh, what a swing. I was getting some good laughs out of that. Homebrew shit.
All you'd have to do is start making fun of you. You just use vicious mockery back on it.
What kind of insult was that? Do you write for BuzzFeed?
Alright, so that microphone still picks up. I don't know where my microphone is on this headset.
I've got Fly
Where's the microphone on this damn headset?
and Dimension Door.
Okay, it's still going through that one. I'm going to try this.
Let me know when all of you are ready to start.
Yep.
Alright, so my headphones are giving me sound, but my webcam is what is recording me still.
I got the same thing. I don't know how to change it.
Wait,
I was
so
using
what-
a headset with a microphone on it, but I couldn't get it to use that mic. So I'm just using this shitty headphones. That's it.
The way that you should be able to do that is, yeah, here we go. Okay. On the bottom right of your computer, at the actual volume thing, if you right click it, You should be able to access playback devices and recording devices. Recording devices, click that, and it'll tell you what 2 microphones you have available, and you should be able to set it. So if you plug in your headphones that have a mic, it'll bring up that microphone as one of the options. Like here right now, my 2 available microphones are Realtek high definition audio. That's the microphone that's actually on the laptop and shit. And then it's got my Turtle Beach headphones.
Yeah, mine wasn't showing up. Wasn't recognizing the headset at all.
Then you broke it.
I guess so.
Bob. Can't hear you, Bob. Okay. How do you message just to a person? Actually, I suppose it doesn't really matter. I could just do this.
Yeah. I'm just the guy who keeps the team alive.
So you think?
Yeah.
I'm the guy who
It's on
keeps everyone alive and pays everybody.
I like to roll initiative to attack DM.
Go ahead. Roll.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Roll.
It's not looking good.
My turn.
It's gonna be 1d20
No.
plus 1,000.
Oh shit. It's been a minute since I've actually had to roll with this shit.
I think
I win.
Regis, couldn't you actually top that? Yeah, what's your addition to initiative? Good God.
Are you? I have no idea what the hell that says.
How about now? There we go. All right.
Opa.
When I tried switching over to my headset microphone, it completely disabled all my other shit. So I have no idea where the microphone is on this headset either. Okay, it's still going off with that.
Those are some strange rolls.
I don't see a little thing that just says mic. Michael, do you know on the PlayStation headset where the mic is?
I don't think I've ever had one of those. Mine are Turtle Beaches.
Mm. Yeah.
Not this guy, but I wanted to. I mean, it was
What
made
is
by
it?
the same guys, right?
What game are you talking about? Bloodborne is a PlayStation exclusive made by the same people who did Dark Souls.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
It's I have it, unless I'm lending it to somebody right now. Oh wait.
It's for what system? PS3?
Oh.
Oh, PS4? Okay.
It says network players 2 to 5.
Well, does it, Bob, does it do the same as Dark Souls 3?
Let me look. Dark Souls 2. Who's Dark Souls 3? Dark Souls 3. Let's see, 2 to 6 on the network players. I'm pretty sure it does. I know you can do the whole. There's a ring a bell to summon other players or whatever.
So
That's
you can
writing
have
on chalk.
So you can have 2 phantoms with you, and then also 2. I don't know if they do like the.
I'm not sure. I've never done the multiplayer on Bloodborne because I never had the chance to.
Okay. In Dark Souls 3, Coleman, well, all the Dark Souls games, you have phantoms, invaders, and all that good shit. And what it is for your co-op, like with friends, they would leave a summon sign in an area that they've beaten the boss, but you have not. Well, actually, they don't even need to have beaten the boss, just an area that you haven't beaten the boss. They leave their summon sign, and you can go summon your friend, and it'll cut their stats and their healing potions a little bit, but it'll try to balance them out. And then if you use a red summon sign, you're actually summoning an enemy to do an honorable duel. But they could also use a thing called the Red Eye Orb to just invade you at will if you're online. You could just be sitting there, and as long as you're online, just playing the game, trying to kill your shit, some guy can just use the Red Eye Orb and fucking invade you, and then you either have to kill them, or they have to try and kill you, and they'll get a faction item based on what faction they're in.
But if you're in a faction that likes to send help to people, then you get invaded, and then they'll automatically summon somebody from your faction to help you out.
Yeah, and you can have 2 phantoms at a time helping you, and 1 invader, depending on the circumstances. But then there's an item called the Dried Finger that if you use it, it'll allow you to summon a 3rd phantom to help you, but it also makes your game open to a 2nd invader, and it also resets the timer for an invasion. Because once you've been invaded, a timer starts that you can't get invaded again for a period of time. Using the Dried Finger allows a 2nd invader and completely resets the timer so you can get invaded again. But the easiest way to do it is to just summon people right in front of the boss's room. So that way, who cares if you get invaded? Just go fight a boss.
Mm-hmm. I'm still relatively towards the beginning.
You should get Dark Souls 3, man. That way I can join in.
I've got for the PS4 though.
So do I.
My version of Dark Souls 3 is for the PS4, Michael.
So is mine.
Oh, okay, cool.
I thought we've played together.
I don't know.
I know I've played with Alan.
I know I don't play Destiny with you.
I haven't been on Destiny in eons, man.
Same.
I want to get back into it, but I don't know.
I know 2's coming out soon too, so.
Yeah, later this year I've already got it pre-ordered. I have high hopes. They fixed a lot of shit that was wrong when Destiny released. They fixed a lot of that shit with each subsequent DLC. So I'm hoping the initial release of 2
is a lot better.
Learned from all their mistakes, but we'll see.
I didn't pick up.
Through a lot of New Game Plus, though. I actually finished my New Game Plus. I've been done. I've just been grinding Covenant items. I'm ready to start New Game Plus 2. And Dark Souls.
Can't remember what. I think I might be on New Game Plus right now. Just making sure I get all the rings for this set around before I go to the next one. So I get that achievement.
I'm going to have to go pick up those rings in Plus 2. Because there's Plus 3 rings that are... or there are Plus 2 rings that are in New Game Plus 2 anyway. So I'm just going to go pick it all up then. All right, so everybody's got their headphones set. We're all good.
My power's going to go out in about an hour.
Really?
It went out yesterday, and I just noticed U.S. Army Garrison Hawaii says that, hey, anybody affected by that power outage yesterday is going to be affected again today.
How long?
Just FYI. 2 hours, 13 to 1500.
And about an hour is about when you have to dip out, right, Josh?
Yeah, an hour, 45 minutes is when we'll be leaving.
All right, well, then we'll try and get through this quick. That's actually going to make things easier to not have to do plot. We'll just do encounter to encounter, I guess, and it should go kind of quickly. And if we don't finish it, hey, even better. We can get more in depth with it next game.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so let's get started. We'll go ahead and skip the horseback to Greenest, from Greenest to Elturel. It's only supposed to be 6 days, and the only things that it has scheduled in between that are possible encounters. You guys don't need the fucking experience. You don't need the money.
I was just going to say, I don't think you'd want us to get more experience yet.
No. All right, so you guys are in Elturel. So, what are you going to do? No, you're looking for you're meeting up with either Leosin or he also gave you the name of one Onthar Froome, and you're trying to find the wagon caravan of treasure that was in that cave. There you go. There are not. Let me describe Elturel for you real quick, because this is actually pretty cool. Elturel, a large, orderly city overlooking the river Kianthar, is filled with merchants, river traders, and farmers markets. Its most distinguishing feature is a brilliant, magical light that hovers above it, illuminating it day and night. This light is painful to undead and is visible from almost every corner of Elturgard, of which Elturel is the capital, appearing from afar as a star or distant sun.
Is this going to be painful to me?
Yes and no. You have your cloak, but you don't have health regen while you're in the city.
As long as I don't get attacked in the city, I'll be good.
Can't go missed. So you have to be very, very careful. Also, disadvantage on charm rolls. Really, all of your vampire-esque traits are going to be very suppressed
while in Elturel.
And as long as you're wearing the cloak, if you take the cloak off, you'll begin to actively take damage.
Right.
While you're outdoors, of course. If you're inside of a room with shuttered windows and curtains and shit, you'll be all right.
As long as I'm invited in there.
Yes.
I'd like to go to the inn.
I don't know where my thingy went to.
Okay.
There it is, character sheet.
Just go to a random inn. Go to a random inn. The Boar's Tusk.
Well then, Boar's Tusk. I need some mead. Do they sell mead here?
I don't have shop numbers on me, but there are numbers. This is a very, 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 very well-to-do establishment. 30 gold a pint.
I will take 2 pints and lose 60 gold.
Oh my god.
Let's see, gold. Yeah, I can get rid of it. I'll even leave him a tip of 4 gold. Okay, so I am down to 940 now. 8 for 2 pints.
I would like to go up to the innkeeper. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Would you mind answering some questions for me? I'm a good guy.
Evangeline says I'm not a guy.
Neither am I.
Okay,
Hey, shopkeep.
So what
Yeah.
Have you seen any strange caravans coming through lately?
Not particularly. There's plenty of caravans all the time, but none that really stand out.
I just want to try to charm this shopkeep person real quick to see if we can get some better information than just generic.
You failed.
Okay.
Have you seen any caravans coming through with people wearing robes,
Shopkeep,
yellow
you're an ugly
robes, purple robes, cultist robes?
She says no.
Is there
How many
anyone?
Brahmin have you seen?
What?
How many Brahmin have you seen?
None.
I was playing Fallout 4 yesterday. No Brahmin. What establishment is this?
She's not.
Just the shopkeep. I'm assuming that this is just a character made up off the top of your head, Michael.
Hi. Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Is there anyone here at the inn who is waiting for someone, waiting to meet someone?
There's probably always somebody waiting to meet somebody in here.
Is there someone smarter we can talk to?
She's the smartest character you'll ever meet.
I have high hopes for
Regis.
humanity. That means I am a genius.
You're asking the wrong questions.
Alright, so we're at a random ass little inn because it's along the road. Are we staying here tonight?
No, you guys are in Elturel, but one of you decided to randomly go to an inn, so you went to, or a tavern, so you went to a tavern. You were at the horse toss.
I thought we were going to be just going along the road. Okay.
Well, we're going to do that later. This is the quick one from Greenest to this one, and then there's going to be a kind of quick one to Baldur's Gate. It's from Baldur's Gate up to Waterdeep. That's supposed to take 2 months.
Okay.
Do you know anyone by the name of Leosin or Anthar Mushroom?
If you mean Anthar Froom, sure, everybody knows him. His headquarters for the Order of the Gauntlet is over at the Pair of Black Antlers Tavern.
Pair of Black Antlers Tavern. Wait, Pair of Black Antlers.
No information don't come cheap. That's a lot of my time you wasted. Oh, I'd say a platinum would be fine.
I will give you a platinum for this information if I find it worthy, because I'm a stupid orc who is slightly above average intelligence for half orc.
Not worth a platinum, despite the fact that that just led you exactly where you needed to go to meet the guy you needed to talk to actually start your quest.
I would like to use persuasion and say, we're in town looking for work. Thank you very much for your time, though.
Didn't work.
That is cool. Everybody just go ahead and leave. I'll follow out last, make sure she doesn't do anything to you guys. Or he, or whatever the fuck the shopkeep is.
Alright, so you guys are headed to the Pair of Black Antlers Tavern.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So So you guys walk into the tavern and see a boisterous crowd surrounding a table off to the side. There's a lot of cheering and jeering and clashing of mugs and drinking of ale. There's coins being passed about everywhere. There's obviously a big to-do over in that direction.
I see a party, I'm getting a drink. How much is drinks here?
Damn it, I don't have a shop up.
It's fine, I'll pay, I'll just give him 10 gold. I don't know.
So yeah, you guys walk in and you see this big
I'll get a
dude
few
surrounding
rounds.
a table off to the side.
I walk over and ask someone, one of the onlookers, what's going on?
They say, why don't you know, Antar Froon is over here holding his competitions.
What kind of competition?
The crowd shuffles a little bit off to the side, and you can see an arm wrestling competition going on at the
Dibs.
table. You see a somewhat short man, possibly a dwarf, in full plate mail, holding a two-handed greatsword in his offhand, and in his right hand, his gauntlet doesn't actually match the rest of his plate mail. It's a very ornate silver gauntlet with blue banding, and he's using this gauntlet to very easily wrench to the table the arm of a quite burly barbarian. And as he throws this man's arm to the table, you can hear groans from half the crowd, cheers from half the other, and coins being passed about.
I would like the next round on this. I want to take a go. Yes, but I think I might have him. I'm still kind of strong.
I've got magic gauntlets too.
Hey, let me borrow one of those. Are they for strength?
They are for strength. They make your strength 19.
Oh, they just make it 19?
Flat.
Yeah,
19.
yours already like 20 or something?
Mine's already 20, so never mind.
No, but if you would like to,
Pickpocket him.
whoever has the highest arcana can try to examine his gauntlet.
+4. I'll try it.
Okay, roll d20, add your arcana.
I think it's open.
13.
13, okay, so you can determine that the gauntlet has absolutely no magical power whatsoever, but as you moved to the side to try and examine it, you noticed that on the breastplate of his plate armor is a gauntlet symbol that looks exactly the same as the gauntlet he's wearing.
Ooh.
Set bonus, I see.
Is it my turn yet? I want to arm wrestle this guy.
As this barbarian backs up from the table, the short man stands up, and you can clearly see that he is, in fact, a dwarf. But he calls out, "Is there anybody here that can challenge the might of Anthar Froon?"
Unthar, I challenge you.
All right. Then he accepts your challenge and invites you to sit at the table and square up your arm.
All right. Now, I'm going to be doing a couple of things all in one here. So you got to let me know the progress of the fight. If I start losing or whatever, then I'm going to try to charm him. And see if I can't be like, hey, you know you want to let me win. But that's only... But...
All right, so
So we're gonna go about this kind of slowly, relatively,
right.
possibly.
So roll a d20 and add your strength modifier.
Let me get this.
This is going to take a minute. You can make your bets. We'll say that right now, the odds are going to be 5-1
In
in favor of
Onthar.
Come on, nat 20. That'd be so great.
hold on, let me see how much gold I got. I'll bet 50 gold on Bob.
I'm double checking to see if I have anything in my inventory that might possibly give me a little bit of a strength boost or an ability. I'm just doing this naturally.
No cheating. You said 200 Gs?
Well, I was seeing more so like if I could rage before going into this to get a little bit of
a straight natural competition, just a test of strength between two men.
Is this someone we have to keep alive?
Yeah. This is Onthar Fruland, or Onthar Fruland.
We're having a friendly competition right now.
This is the guy you're here to meet.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and roll then. All bets have been placed.
All right.
Yep.
I've already made my roll, so go ahead and roll and add your strength modifier.
That's why I only bet 50.
Okay, 19. 19? Where'd that +8 come from?
That's my strength modifier.
Your strength is 20.
I have extra strength from something. It's one of my... Yeah, my character sheet says it's got a +8 for my fucking bonus. Constitution has a 7.
What?
What's your constitution right now? Because 20 is a modifier of 5.
My constitution is 18. I have bonuses from my race and class and shit too.
But they shouldn't change the modifier, right? Wouldn't they just change the base stat?
Oops, wrong button.
5.
Are you looking at saving throws?
Here we go.
His strength is 20.
Hang on. Let me. I'm looking at two different sheets right now. This one's not okay. That's so. Looking at my actual sheet, I've got 18 for strength with an ability modifier +4, racial modifier +2. I need my other character sheet one. So strength is 20 with an ability modifier +5. The saving throw is +8.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So
go ahead and do a reroll.
All right.
For the +5.
24.
Okay. As the arbitrator releases your hands to start the competition, you feel yourself off to be fairly equal in strength. You're not really giving any, but you're really not taking any. Just kind of holding out right in the middle. And as this goes on for about a second or so, Onthar looks at you and he says, I can feel strength. Definitely the best competition I've had all day, but certainly not the strongest I've ever beaten. Starts to push just a little bit. There's a little bit of give on your part.
Okay.
And then, is there anything that you would like to say back?
I'm a good-looking fella. You should let me win this.
It fails.
You, sir, are strong, and This is the best fight I've had in quite some time.
All right, roll again. Add your strength again.
Another 20 plus 5?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Oh.
He pushes back quite a bit harder. You feel yourself giving a couple inches away. And he says, your charms won't work on me, vampire. I could smell you when you walk in the door. You must not realize I'm a paladin. Anything you'd like to say back?
Can I, like, rub his shoulder and tell him that he's a big, strong man? I don't want him to get hurt.
Nope.
No. This is me and him.
The paladin's locked in right now.
I have slain many a dragon. I know I can beat you.
All right. Roll. Add strength.
Damn, why does it... Oh, hey, hi.
Ooh. All right. So you push back across the center, and he's giving a couple inches himself now. And he says, I'll admit, it's a bit strange for me that a vampire is going to come in here into my headquarters, but he's not picking a fight. He wants to challenge me honorably. And he's in the company of a bard and a rogue. Anything else you want to say back to him?
All right, can you say that one more time?
He says he's a bit surprised that a vampire is going to walk in here into his headquarters, but not to start a fight, but to throw down in an honorable contest and in the company of a bard and a rogue, no less.
We're looking for this guy, right?
Yep.
All right. Why were we trying to look for him again?
No, this guy is working with Leosin. Their goal, the end goal of their factions, is to take down the Cult of the Dragons, but they feel like they don't have a lot of information right now. Leosin recommended you guys to find this guy, and he probably, as far as you know, also mentioned to this guy about you and how you have been helping him take on the Cult of the Dragon.
Okay.
Also, hint.
So then I shall say,
the paladin joining us sometime.
Oh, this is different. I didn't know this guy was a paladin.
Yeah.
The paladin I was talking about was a guy that I'm making, but I'm still working on my homemade campaign.
God damn, that extra talking made me lose my train of thought. What was the guy's name? It started with the I. The guy we were helping. Umthar. No, the other dude.
Leosin.
Leosin. Yes. Leosin pointed us into this direction, hopefully to find some help.
Okay. Roll again. Add strength.
Another one.
You push him down. He's just centimeters off the table now. He's struggling. He's grunting a bit. But he says, I suppose it's fairly good that you're part of the team that's going to help us take on the Cult of the Dragon. But I'm not sure if I'm quite ready to talk to you about that yet.
Well, if you're saying something about this, I'm assuming there's no Cult of the Dragon people actually in here.
All right. Roll again.
So I have taken on many Cult of the Dragon as well, with our long fights. No, I did not.
So he pushes back. He's still not quite at the center, but he's not quite on the table anymore. He says, you're putting up a really good fight, but I'm not quite sure that you can beat me yet. Pushes back again. Now it's leaning a little bit the other way.
Right.
All right, roll again. He pushes you down further. Now your fist is just centimeters away from the top of the table. You might be strong with your orcish heritage and your barbarian training, but a vampire, a servant of the dark, can never take hold on a paladin.
I guess it's a good thing I don't serve no dark people.
All right, roll again.
10. What? That dice barely even rolled. Just
All right, you put this fist back to the other side and slam it to the table with a triumphant roar. The crowd cheers, except for the few handfuls standing directly behind Omthar, who sigh quite disappointedly. Coins begin to change hands, quite a few of them making their way to Nice and Regis.
All right. That was a good fight there, or match, Omthar.
So he praises you for your strength, and he invites you to make yourself at home in his tavern. Drinks are on him.
What's up, Joel?
No, this is me.
Oh, it's in mouse mode. You gotta hit the mouse button.
I'm not.
It's the one that looks like a mouse. And then you should be able to get regular again. I don't have much intelligence to actually start on that, and I'm already 3 drinks in.
What to say? I thought you would lose charisma the more you drink.
Well, give me some extra strength when the fucking half-orc barbarian drinks.
So,
I've only had 3 pints though. Is that not bad?
strength would go up with drink.
Strength and charisma up, but intelligence, constitution, dexterity, everything else is down. No, constitution is health.
All right. So you guys are drinking, having fun, watching the other contests, not all of them headed by Omthar himself. Later in the evening,
Question. Can I get a couple of experience for beating him or no?
No.
Okay.
Later in the evening, a squire arrives to tell you that you've been summoned to a private room in the tavern.
Ooh.
Are you going to follow him?
A squire?
Yeah.
Do we know who the squire works for?
Omthar.
I will follow him. I don't know about the other guys, but I will.
If we're invited to.
You guys are invited. The group is
drunk, so.
Shit. I said Omthar was a dwarf, didn't I?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
he stood up and it appears that he was a dwarf.
Okay, well he's not. He's just really short. Don't comment on it. He's sensitive.
But I am a half-orc barbarian that is brutally honest with people. I might mention something.
So Froome Squire shows you to a private space off the tavern's common room and closes the door when he leaves. Waiting for you in the room are the broad-shouldered human paladin, the monk Leosin, and many pitchers of dark red wine. The paladin's face wears a serious expression, unlike its usual open countenance. My friends, we have important business to discuss. At this point, you know almost as much about it as we do, and thanks to you, we know twice as much today as we did a 10-day ago. Something rotten is afoot. We have no formal organization to oppose these rascals. Well, not yet, anyway. We're working on that. And we need people like you, who know how and when to fight, how and when to keep their heads down and observe. We can't promise you anything except long days filled with danger and stress. But what could be better than that, eh?
That sounds like fun.
So the idea here is that Omthar and Leosin are trying to gather up as many people that they can to organize a group that's going to fight the Cult of the Dragon. Right now, there are 3 current organizations that are already working together. The Order of the Gauntlet, of which Anthar Froon is a member.
So that's the chest plate thing is then. All right.
The Harpers, which Leosin is a member of. And a 3rd group that you haven't met yet, the Emerald Enclave. Actually, no, I think you've met a member of the Emerald Enclave. Somebody wanted to get you to join them. One of the way first people that you met, actually. No, I just...
what was the second group called?
The second one or the Harpers?
The Harpers.
That would be the one.
Yeah, I'm positive that you met somebody from the Emerald Enclave. Trying to see.
I feel like we fought them. Or
No, it was
took something from them or something.
D&D 5e. Yeah. Fucking mosey down Main Street tonight.
What is it?
Yeah, that and the both bugs.
That is in the starter campaign?
I'm looking right now
Because
on Wizard's website to see where we might have come across one at. So we got some beliefs, goals. Do we have characters? This website. Oh wait, there's a Forgotten Realms one. We'll try that one.
Phandalin.
I don't.
I want to say it was.
DM. It's Rydolph is a member of the Emerald Enclave. Good guys kill evil magic shit. Rydolph the Druid, who's at Thunder Tree. He showed us the location of
Okay.
Cragmaw Castle.
That's right. Right off the Druid. And he could have actually asked you. And Sister Gariel, the one of the nuns in Phandalin, was a member of the Harpers.
That didn't. Oh, so we did meet somebody from the Harpers.
So you've met a Harper and somebody from the Emerald Enclave.
But it just didn't really come up.
Because that wasn't actually part of this. That was in the basic campaign from the starter box we got. This is from the Horde of the Dragon Queen campaign book. That's cool.
Neat. I like how it's doing that backstory, kind of.
Yeah, so all 3 of them are tied. They're all trying to fight the Cult of the Dragon. As I mentioned, Leosin is a member of the Harpers. Now, this says you may have heard of the older Harpers, but you're unlikely to know much of the secretive group beyond what's generally rumored. They're dedicated to furthering equality and justice and to keeping power out of the hands of those who don't deserve it. Erlenthar, or not Erlenthar. Yeah, Leosin Erlenthar is what a weirdo. He mentions that they're a loosely knit organization. Agents are allowed a wide freedom of action. They're basically just altruists. They're all kind of Robin Hood. Whereas the Order of the Gauntlet is very similar, especially in principles, but they're also extremely different. The Order of the Gauntlet emphasizes faith, vigilance, and a constant struggle against the threats of evil. Many of its members are clerics and paladins, but they'll welcome anybody who shares their ideals. They are very discipline-oriented and very structured and hierarchical. They're basically like army. And Anthar himself is a paladin of the order. And
Should I pick a different one if it's
members of the Order of the Gauntlet wear their holy symbols openly, whereas his is the right-handed Gauntlet of Torm. That's his holy symbol, so he wears it. And then he also has the symbol of it on his breastplate. But they also have a universal symbol for their order, and it is a gauntlet grasping a sword. and you can't see it through his beard, but he's wearing a pendant of that as well. The Harper symbol is a silver harp nestled between the horns of crescent moon. What's up, man?
Fuck, man.
Honestly, we're not even going to really be here that long. About 45 minutes, Niece's power is going to go out, and Bob's got some music-y stuff and fun and shenanigans to get up to.
Yeah, Mosey to the Main Street is tonight. As well as a Bone Thugs concert at the Lafayette Theater. That's going to be pretty exciting.
So there's an open offer to So Regis and Niece are both offered to join the Order of the Gauntlet. Bob, Anthar tells you that under different circumstances, he would invite you to the Order of the Gauntlet, but he knows what your nature is, and it would never work. He just absolutely cannot invite you into the Order. But as long as your cause is aligned with his right now to fight the Cult of the Dragon, he's willing to work side by side with you, but he will have his eye on you. If you make a single step that he thinks isn't okay, he won't hesitate to try and purify your ass. And as soon as the battle with the Cult of the Dragon is over, all bets are off. The Harpers, however, would be willing to have any three on board, but they're particularly interested in Niece. As of right now, there are no drawbacks really to joining the factions. There are supposedly advantages, but they're nothing too obvious. For example, the horses that you guys rode from Greenest to Elturel, horses like that, those sorts of things can be set up by the Harpers. You know, they have contacts everywhere.
Right. And also the other guys too.
Yeah, the Order of the Gauntlet, they have similar things, but again, theirs is more structured. So, for example, the Harpers, you say, hey, we really need to get from this town to this town, but we don't really have anything that we can ride. They'll be like, hey, man, this is our contact in the next town. Take these horses, take them to that guy, let him know that you're with the Harpers, and he'll let you go. Whereas for like the Order of the Gauntlet, it would be, okay, well, we have these horses available to members, but you need to sign this logbook that you members are taking these horses, specifically these horses, to go specifically to this destination. You want to check in with this person, blah, 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 you know.
Got it.
Really quick, before we do anything further, I need to speak to just Alan here for a second. I'm going to move this here for you.
Yeah, so have you guys seen today's Attack on Titan?
I'm completely caught up in the manga.
Okay, so you're further than I am.
I could tell you where the Titans come from.
Yeah, well, I want to watch it. I haven't gotten to the point of reading the manga yet. But I missed like the first 3 quarters of the live stream that happened today. So I ended up just not watching it. I have to download it later.
It looks like the anime is getting like pretty far up there though.
Yeah, the anime. Do you watch the anime, Coleman? Well, I don't want to give anything away then if you're planning on continuing to watch it because it gets quite good. And I'm like, this is some pretty good stuff. So. And if I could, like, figure out how to send to just a single person, I would say something, but I only know how to whisper to GM, not individual players. Look for that help. Let's see. Whisper a message to a player or character. You can also do a blank GM to whisper to GM. So I go whisper and then name. But whose name?
Use Dragon Slayer?
Or what is your other name that you have on there?
Did you just try it on? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he blocked himself out or if you tagged me in a one-on-one. Okay. Looks like he's talking, so I don't know who he's talking to.
Yeah. So I was having this conversation with them about Attack on Titan when he pulled me away.
Oh, DM pulled you away?
Yeah, DM pulled me into that thing with it. Yeah. No, I don't know how to do it. I don't think I have the capabilities to do it since I'm just a standard member, not a premium like some people. Or it could be because he's the owner. But yeah, since Nice is all caught up with the manga, I want to tell him where the series is at. But Coleman is currently watching the anime, so I don't want to give away stuff that's currently going on because he hasn't seen it yet.
See, I don't want to talk about it either because I don't know if I'm going to reveal something that's past where the anime goes to. Or past where you guys are.
Is there an anime of it yet? All right. Well, if it's being made into a series, then I guess the manga would be worth a shot. All right. Yeah.
Because I have read up to the manga, I've read up to issue 21, which is chapters 83 to 86.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna just roll alongside them for right now. Yeah, I think you are because he started talking about Attack on Titan, and I don't think he heard you talk at all. He can't hear. Can any of you guys?
I can hear Bob. That's it.
Okay, what you need to do, mouse
So I'm
over
the
my
only one.
picture and adjust the volume. It probably went to 0. It's been doing that. It's a little wonky.
Okay, niece, scroll
Yes.
over the volume on Michael there and turn it up. It might have gone down.
Oh shit! There we go. My bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it
Yeah.
does that. I've noticed that it
yeah.
goes really wonky when you do
Mine did that too.
individual muting. Because when I was talking just to Malzahar and then I added Bob into it, but when I undid the individual conversations, your pictures weren't grayed out anymore, but I couldn't hear you. And when I highlighted you, it had turned your volume to 0. I don't know why it does that. So whenever we do individual muting, you got to make sure when you undo it just to check everybody's volume.
That's weird. Mine didn't do that. I still had everybody when we came out of that.
I think yours was because I had put the mute on you while I was talking to Malzahar, and then I had unmuted you to bring in the conversation, and then I clicked on your picture to undo the global mute. So because it was my action on yours, that probably didn't affect me.
Got it.
So like I was saying, Bob said that he's thinking about not joining the Harpers. He's just going to go ahead and roll along side by side. But do either of you have any interest in joining either the Harpers or the Order of the Gauntlet? Okay. What about you, Niece?
If there's no outstanding obligations, then I'd like to join all that I can.
Right, yes. Especially with the Harpers. No, there's no actual obligations or a free agent. It's just generally fight evil, be a good guy, help those in need, and don't let those who don't deserve power get too much power, shit like that, which is really what you kind of do as adventurers anyway.
Sounds cool.
Kill him.
So now, I don't know if there's actually one in this book here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick drawing for you of what your symbol's going to look like. And you're going to add a pendant to your inventory. It is a silver harp pendant. And make sure you notate on your paper that that you're a member of the Harpers now.
Give me a sec. I can the Harpers. It's that harp with the crescent moon type deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said it's a silver heart pendant?
Copy. Give me just a second. I am linking you guys to the page.
Wait, you actually found a page with it?
That's the Harper's page.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, for our wizard stuff, yeah.
Because I was just drawing that.
Okay, yeah, just basic.
How close did I get? Let me click this one.
Believes one can never have too much information, too much power leads to corruption, and no one should be powerless. Goals to gather information throughout whatever place. There's certain political dynamic within each region or world to promote fairness and equality by covert means. Act openly as a last resort, thwart tyrants and any leader, government, or group that grows too powerful, and aid the weak, the poor, and the oppressed. So yeah, just a little basic overview of factions.
Cool.
Oh, and actually, if you look up at the top of the page, now I don't know about the three in the middle. I would assume that that green one with the deer is the Emerald Enclave, but the far right, that's the gauntlet with the swords. That's the Order of the Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this page has information, all three.
Yeah, if you scroll down to the bottom after goals, it says learn about factions, and you can get links to all of them.
And
Yeah, Harper's, Order of the Gauntlet, Emerald Enclave, yeah, Lord's Alliance, the I don't know how to pronounce that.
And the Zentarin. Ah, I recognize all of those from Neverwinter. All right, so yes, that is.
Yay! I contributed.
So make sure you guys have those on your person.
I want to join those people.
Which one?
I know.
He's with me right now. We're just kind of chilling.
We're going to start our own club with blackjack and hookers. You know what? Forget the blackjack.
We'll be snorting cocaine off of strippers' asses.
Okay, so
We're going to start our own faction.
So now, thanks to you guys, the Harpers now know that the Cult of the Dragon is amassing treasure and shipping it north. Where exactly the treasure is going and what the cult is doing with it are the next two questions that need answering. Both of Froome and Erlenthar both mentioned that they think the easiest way to go about this is that they would like you guys to somehow join the cult's caravan and accompany it on the journey by getting yourself hired as guards, if not by the cult wagon's masters, then by other merchants who are with them at the same time. Perhaps even your own sort of mobile force here.
I would just like to point out, as part of my criminal background, my specialty is hired killer.
Is this like a Flash thing? Was he having a supervillain who uses evil powers to steal Barry's memory?
No, so we accidentally did this to him ourselves.
Why?
You stole and just berries in what conditions?
So, based on how this is going right now, you still have about 10 or 15 days before the cult's wagons reach Baldur's Gate. And the river Kianthar flows directly from El Terrell to Baldur's Gate, and a sailing vessel can make the trip downstream in about 3 days if it ties up overnight for safety, or 2 if it risks pushing on through the night by lamplight. Froome has already arranged for such a boat to leave at dawn the next morning.
What?
I don't know. It just seems
And
feels like it's my fault.
yeah, so they're going to ask you if you guys are willing to do this, to infiltrate this caravan and see where they're going.
Well, I would if I could remember what it was.
Sure.
What if you and I would hit me? Right?
No, I'll tag along. Why not? Do I have any other options?
I mean, you could just say no and not be part of the plot.
Yeah, I'll just.
I like that.
Yeah, I'll
No.
follow.
Okay, so
Telling me I could just chill in town, mess with hookers? Yeah.
So,
To the brothel.
so the next morning, you go out, hop on the boat, sail down to Baldur's Gate. A couple days later, you arrive. Baldur's Gate is a bustling center of trade with goods coming from north and south by wagon along the trade way and by ship on the Sea of Swords, and from the east along the River Kianthar from Cormir and Sembia. Baldur's Gate is situated on a prominent bluff next to a river overlooking an excellent natural harbor. It's divided into 3 distinct segments. The upper city, where the richest and most influential citizens live, and where the city's marketplace, Alive, is located. The lower city, which surrounds the harbor and where most of the city's merchants live and conduct their business. In the outer city, which lies outside the walls and where most of the city's laborers reside in conditions that vary from crowded but clean to just absolute awful. So now you guys are here in Baldur's Gate,
Dragon Ball Z.
but
Yeah, I couldn't explain that show to you even.
you need to figure out how you're going to actually get into the caravan.
Yeah,
You know, as you look around and talk to the merchants, you become aware of a large caravan that is expected to arrive within the next 10 days. And
see how wrong that
It's me in the background. I'm about ready to switch my setup over.
Okay. Need to figure out exactly how you're going to
You're so
get.
different. You're so light.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's like you're
How
not
you
carrying the
are
weight of the
going
world
to
on your
get to
shoulders.
be part of this
So, what? I was
caravan
like
that finally.
brooding all the time before.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. It's really nice to see you smiling so much.
How can I not? I'm gonna be with you for the rest of my life.
I only want to be with you.
What kind of shitty sitcom are you watching?
Blah, blah, blah.
I gotta get to the courthouse.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, later. Okay.
Now everything should be better.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, about 5 days after you arrive in Baldur's Gate, you notice coming in from the south a large caravan of wagons, and all of their instructions seem to be borne out from a runner, and that runner is taking instructions from a figure that is sitting in a shaded palanquin, so there's no way to actually see who is in it. But you might suspect who it is if you wish to go try and investigate. Because it could be a completely different group entirely.
Can we sneak up a little closer and try and listen in on what they're saying?
You can try roll stealth.
Regis.
Little sneaky bastard. Oh, you know what? I actually have a skills in stealth. Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't be doing any vampire stuff though. So I'm not. Let me get my page up and see exactly what my stealth is. Dexterity. Dexterity ability modifier is a +4.
Move the mic back a little bit, Josh. Now talk.
Now?
Yeah, that's better. It's picking up your breathing.
Sounded like an orc or something.
Yeah. Yes.
Uh, 17.
All right, you hear the chatter coming from inside, and it's clearly a noble human, not the caravan you're looking for. No.
Nothing that you can get to through the wall of guards.
All right.
Go ahead and everybody roll and add your passive perception.
Pass.
I think I got a 1 in that.
15.
Perception. Can I just press the button to get it to roll? Oh, I guess I can.
Okay, how do you do this again? But
On my character sheet, I just clicked perception.
oh, well, my character sheet doesn't work. Remember?
Passive perception is an automatic 10. So instead of rolling a d20 and adding your perception bonus, you just take your perception bonus and add it to 10.
Oh, so passive wisdom. So at the very
And I
bottom.
have 16.
So then
I like the 20 that I have better for my roll.
you all happen to recognize a couple of faces. You see along the wall in the southern edge of the city, just inside, or off to the side of the gate, you see another caravan trying to be very stealthy, not quite noticed by the crowds. And there's also a rider in a screen palanquin. However, you recognize faces among the guards as people that were in the group of raiders at Greenest.
Just Baldar's roll. It's a good thing it doesn't count for nothing.
Well, he was going to try and look around, but he discovered he's legally blind.
You look around and you see nothing, and then you realize your eyes are closed.
Good thing I was just standing still.
So you guys have noticed this hiding entourage out there in the back. So what do you guys want to do?
Sneak. Well, not me, but
So
somebody.
you follow them. You notice that Resmir and her bodyguards, who you assume is who's hiding in that palanquin, head off to a human trader's equipage business in the outer city in a district called Blackgate. This person, Atkins Sullivan, sells materials needed for long distance freight hauling: wagons, rope, netting, grease, chains, wheels, etc. Repairs wagons. This palanquin is borne off to Blackgate along with several of these guards you recognize. And they're clearly gearing up for a long journey to the north. So how would you like to attempt to get into this caravan? Persuasion or athletics? And each of you can roll individually if you like. All right, go ahead and roll and add your athletics.
Can I use intimidation?
Nope. You get athletics or persuasion.
Shit. Oh,
Fucking
nice.
persuasion. Fucking persuasion.
All right, so you, so you are hired on as a bodyguard for a merchant on this caravan. You'll be getting paid 10 gold every 10 day, as well as food and living expenses on the road, but be aware, since you've been hired on as a bodyguard, if there are any encounters, you will be reprimanded for just running off to go fuck with people. You're a bodyguard. Your job is to stay with this merchant and guard them for the 2-month trip up to Waterdeep. Nice, you have rolled a 13. You've been hired on as a sergeant. You'll be getting paid 8 gold per 10 day, plus food and living expenses on the road. Your job as a sergeant is to manage 2 to 5 other guards for a different merchant. However,
Join the
same
military.
merchant, you will be a sergeant in charge of 2 to 5 guards guarding this merchant's wares, whereas Regis has been hired on to be the personal bodyguard of that merchant. You are the sole bodyguard. Bob has been hired on as a another sergeant, but you're working for a different merchant. You are actually you're guarding an armor merchant. You two, Nice and Regis, your merchant sells textiles and stuff. And he has quite a lot of wares, many bolts of different cloths from all over the realms. And the wagons of his cloths is what Nice and the guards that you are presiding over are to be guarding, whereas Regis, you will be guarding this merchant. No, you guys are going to be the same one.
I don't know where I put my actual notebook down at, so I can write this.
14.
Yeah.
1 second.
There's a 2.
Okay.
Where did I put that thing at?
Nice, you were asking something?
If I cast Le Mans tiny hut on a moving object, does the hut move with the object, or is it stuck in time and space?
What if you?
I believe it's.
What if you cast it on a moving platform? But I'm not smart enough to come up with that, so. Okay, we're not getting that technical. You swung at me with an axe, but
springs
Grandma had a cold last night. Then she sneezed.
Above you and remains stationary for the duration. The spell ends if you leave its area. That is the exact text from the spell description.
No, so you cast it and it stays right there.
So if the wagon moves out of it, the wagon's not protected. If you move out of it, it goes away.
So it can be like a nighttime hut thing or whatever.
Yeah. My idea was, what if I cast it on a wagon? Would it move and still protect the wagon? But no, that wouldn't work. Yep.
So like I was saying, Bob, you have been hired on as the sergeant of an armorer merchant.
I'm looking for something to write this on still.
Okay.
I don't know where my notebook went to.
Nice, you will be in charge of 3 other guards.
Alright, so my desk isn't big enough.
Rolled a 14. You will also be a sergeant, but you will be a sergeant of a different merchant. This one sells spices.
Uh-huh.
And any sort of herbs for cooking and such. If you use enough spice, you're gonna eat fucking faces and shit just like bat cells. That synthetic shit, man, it's gonna fuck you up. Oh god, I don't even know. You will be in charge of a team of 5 guards.
Okay.
They
I've
have
got
any
something
money
to
on them?
write with too.
I mean, they're guards. They're getting paid, but they're only getting paid 5 gold a 10 day plus food and living expenses. Everybody who is hired on as a sergeant, which is you, Bob, and Nice, is getting paid 8 gold a 10 day plus food and living expenses, and Regis is getting paid 10 gold a day as a bodyguard.
I feel like
However, do
It's
not forget
8
the roll.
per 10 days.
Yeah, 8 gold per 10 day plus food and living expenses on the road.
Okay.
I mean, it's a large caravan. They're mostly sticking together for safety. Some of them appear to know each other. Some of them don't. They're all just kind of part of this crew, so they can make it safe to. Well, it is, but it isn't. The Cult of the Dragon members that you've been pursuing and their loot is part of this caravan, but they are not the only members. Right. Very bad karma, yes.
Can I get the details on mine now?
Right. So you are a sergeant. You already got your pay, right? 8 gold per 10 day.
Yep.
You are only in charge of 2 other guards. Because even though he's an armorer, he doesn't have a large amount of wares right now. Mostly what you're guarding are his equipment, his tools. He has his anvil, he has his hammer, his tongs, he has a small portable furnace so that he can do quick repairs on the road for anybody in the caravan that needs it. But now make sure you're aware of this, because the way you play your role is important.
You guys are guards. Malzahar, you're in charge of 5. Bob, you're in charge of 2. Nisa said you're in charge of 3, right?
Yes.
So should an encounter come up, I will actually have, I'll have my book with the stats of a guard, and you will actually decide during the encounter what each individual guard does. They'll share an initiative with you, and you determine what they do, and then I'll execute their roles as NPCs. Coleman, you as a bodyguard have to stay close to the merchant, but I mean, there is some reasonable leeway if something is an immediate threat to the bodyguard, like you see an archer off in the woods, cut down his arrows, throw a lightning bolt at him or something. But anything that's kind of close or encroaching on any of his wagons, you can help fight off. He does have other guards, but you're not in charge of his guards. I'll be in charge of his guards, but they will still share an initiative with you. But that is all going to end up having to wait until next session, because Kevin's going to lose power in about 4 minutes.
All right. Well,
everybody has it written down, right? You're all aware of what your roles are.
Yeah. Where's the caravan going to? It's leaving Baldur's Gate and going to where?
It is leaving Baldur's Gate and heading to Waterdeep. There will be some stops along the way, but nothing extremely big. It'll all be scripted. You're just going from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep.